Shalom, Lord of Christ.
All right, Shalom, Lord and Christ. Hold on, let me see if I can get the other brother in. Hold on a second. If not, we'll go ahead and rock it out. Of course, Isupk, law class. Hold on a second. Balthazar, you can hear me?
Cut on con, sir.
Okay, most fine, Chris. Okay, go ahead and get it in. I don't see him. He'll just pop up later. All right, so of course we have 4711 North Central Avenue, Tampa, Florida, Seminole Heights Library. So if you're in that area, just go to the library, second floor, room 220. With that, we'll go ahead and start the class. You got any questions that you want to, or any topics you want to go into? Also, if you're watching, hold on. If you're watching, and you're doing your 90 days, you want to go ahead and click the link in the chat for your attendance. Make sure you're going in there and getting credit, for being in class and doing your 90 days. All right, with that, questions. Can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me? Marcus, you can hear me?
Cut on con, sir. I can hear you.
You hear me?
Lock it.
Okay. All right, that's what. Those who watching, if you could hear me, put a 1 in the chat. If you could hear me. If you can hear me, put a 1 in the chat. All right, most time, Chris. All right, with that, you got any questions? Anything you want to go over? If not, I'll go right into my topic.
Salaki.
What's what? Again, if you are doing your 90 days, look in the chat. There should be a link. If you're trying to get your Hebrew name, you want to click that link and you want to fill that link out. All right. Make sure you get credit for attending class. All right, so whenever you're ready, out, go ahead and whatever questions you got. If not, if you don't got any questions, I'll get into my topic. No, go ahead. You got it.
I just want to know how to break down Christ didn't do away with the law.
All right, no sweat. Go ahead and grab the first scripture.
Cut on con.
Yeah, and this breakdown, you want to also anybody else watching, if y'all got questions, go ahead and type your questions in the chat. For this breakdown, why do we have this breakdown? Let's start right there.
Salakia.
Go ahead.
Just to prove that Christ did not do away with the laws, because our Christian pastors are teaching everybody that we don't have to keep the laws.
Exactly. Like the reason we got to teach this is because of mainly the Christian church. Mainly. Now, is it the Muslim mosque? Is it the so-called Jewish man as well? Is it also, that black community? Let's think about the kind of think about what that teaches our people. Islam, right? Think about what the so-called Jewish man teach our people. Did you fall out? I think you fell out. It's lucky, y'all. Give me a second. Give me a second, y'all. It's lucky. Okay, while we waiting on that, anybody in the chat got any questions? If not, go ahead and post your questions in the chat. If not, I'll go right into a breakdown. All right, so we'll go ahead and continue. I guess the brother somehow fell off, but we'll go into my topic, which is keeping the commandments, man, as Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, which is what we are created to do. All right, so I'll start with Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13, which you'll find this in your Apocrypha. Generally speaking, your regular King James Bible won't have the Apocrypha, and actually I'll go into the regular scriptures, which is Ecclesiastes and then Ecclesiastes. So I'm gonna go in Ecclesiastes, which should be in 1 second. You can hear me?
Come, sir. Slight difficulties.
Okay. No sweat. Let me go ahead and explain this real quick. Okay. So you have your Ecclesiastes and Ecclesiastes. All right. So I'm going to go into Ecclesiastes, which is also on your topic a little bit. So this is actually us keeping the law. So I'm going to start with Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13. You can hear me, Mother?
Come, Ecclesiastes,
chapter 12, verse 13.
12, 13.
Gone.
Five and 13. Come. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 5 and verse 13.
Salaki, chapter 12, verse 13.
Oh, Salaki.
No sweat.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 13. Let us hear the whole conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the
Read.
Most High.
Fear the Most High. Read.
Keep his commandments.
Keep his commandments, man. That's like the whole point of all of this. Like the whole point of why we're in the situation that we in is because we didn't do that. This goes right back to your breakdown, which, the Christian church tell us not to keep the law. You know what I'm saying? See how backwards that is? They tell us not to keep the law. The scripture says, fear the Most High and keep his commandments. Go ahead. I think there's a little bit more on that.
Come. For this is the whole duty of man.
Right. That's the whole point for Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You got a lot of groups out there. They out there trying to teach. They think this means go teach all the other nations the commandments, when we are the ones that are charged to do it first. How they gonna do it? And we the ones that were charged to do it, which means the Most High gave us the duty to come together and to keep these laws. Through us, they'll keep them. How do you know that they won't keep the laws?
Salaki.
Go ahead.
The other nations, right?
Con.
I want to say that the laws was not made for them, and they don't want to do it because of I really don't want to say the carnal mind.
Close to it, but what I'm looking for is this, right? If you go to China, you don't got to go to China to know that most people in China are Chinese, right? They don't have nobody influencing them, telling them to keep the law of the Most High, right? Even when you look in America, can we stop as Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians? Can we stop them from keeping the law of the Lord?
Law, sir.
Think about the so-called Jewish man, right? Can we stop them from keeping the law of the Lord?
Law, sir.
Right. But guess who keeps us from keeping the law of the Lord? How does America and the other nations keep us from keeping the law of the Most High? Just said it earlier.
By beating it into us. Salaki.
You could sort of that. I'm gonna say no on that one. It's another way. I kind of just said it earlier. How do they keep us from, not obeying the Most High?
Salaki, sir. Every time you speak, it breaks up. So I'm trying to make out what you're saying.
Okay, how does America, and we'll just use America in general, even when you go into the other nations, how do they keep us from not keeping the law of the Most High? What is it that they do to us that we don't want to do it because we feel that we don't have to? I'm gonna go to the chat real quick. I got obviously y'all what's up. You say the way they run the society as a whole. Okay, that's close. Pushing other lifestyles or unlawful things on our people, that's close. It's something else. I just said it like in the beginning of the class. For time's sake, right?
Go
ahead.
Salaki. By Christian pastors.
There you go. There you go right there. That's how they keep us from doing it. Now, what's their problem? Who's stopping them from? Who pushing Christianity on them? Like you can go to some countries, right, and they decide what you believe in. Like you go to Asia, go to China. The Chinese people decide what you listen to, what religion in the borders. You go over there to Israel, it's the same way. Who's stopping them from keeping the law? Anybody forcing them to believe in Caesar Borgia? Not at all, right? But with us, you ain't even 2 years, you 3 months, right? You 3 months, you 3 months and you in a Christian church. Like your whole life is rooted in, in the Christian church. You taught that from birth. You know what I'm saying? From birth, you taught everything that they want you to learn. And your whole life, you were taught that this is the truth. Your whole life. The same thing with Islam. You're not taught how to serve the Most High at all here. We never taught correctly how to serve the Most High. And as soon as we go out and we tell our people, like, this is what we're supposed to do, you know what I'm saying? Keep in mind, we just talking. We just telling our people, hey, this is the way to go. The same thing they do in the Christian church is what we doing. But for some reason, they got a problem with us. For some reason, what we doing is so bad. But the brainwashing is why we as a people are so destroyed and so messed up, in that they can't believe, that it's us, that the book is talking about us. They can't believe that. They can't believe that the book is talking about us, because we've been beat down so bad and for so long that that can't be us. We can't be a great people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's the whole point, like that brainwashing and them having control over what we believe in. We don't have that same power over them. You know what I'm saying? We don't go and say, it's supposed to be this way. In no land. Even when you look in that black community, you know what I'm saying? They ain't in Africa talking about all them stones and all that stuff, is they? They don't go to Africa and go, yeah, we the metaneta, such and such and such and such. You never see them. You would think that they would have more, when they go to Africa, they tourists and they come right back. When it comes to the children, when they come to so-called Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indian, they come bring that. They come teach, have seminars, have classes, all kind of stuff. Nobody teaching the real Africans that they the Egyptians. You know what I'm saying? But then they teach us that we African and all of this. But who teach what you teaching them? Why wouldn't it be smart enough to go to the actual continent of Africa and teach the people in Africa that they the Egyptians and so forth? So why you over here in America? You see what I'm saying? The brainwashing is so strong that we can't believe that it's us, like we the people. We can't believe that. And because of that, it triggers something in most of our people's brain, and they just like, they just stand up and they fight for master automatically. And it takes time for that brainwashing to come off, for our people to really kind of see, okay, you know what? This is true. That's a lie. You know what I'm saying? We can't believe that. We can't believe this. We have to believe, what's in the scriptures, man. And that goes right back to your point with, why we got to teach that the law is not done away with. You know what I'm saying? Is that something that we should have to teach? Not to kill people, not to rape, not to, not to do all the things that you should already have some kind of, understanding not to do. You know what I'm saying? So if you want, go ahead and grab the scripture. You still want to go over that breakdown?
We could, sir. I'm still like getting like, it's real bad on my end because it's like copy? In and out. So I'm trying to.
Okay, no sweat.
Trying to make sure I catch everything you're saying.
No sweat. No sweat. All right. If you could give me let me see what I'm at. Give me Proverbs chapter 21, verse 21.
You said Proverbs?
Right, chapter 21, verse 21.
Karoka. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 21 and verse 21. Verse 21. He that followeth it after righteousness and mercy findeth life.
You know what I'm saying? How do you find righteousness? Like, how do you find righteousness? Because remember, they tell us the law done away with, right? So how is it you gonna find righteousness when ain't no law? You just do whatever feels good. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Righteousness and honor. Keep going.
Yeah.
Come on. Verse 22. A wise man, Salaki.
Okay, you can start
A
right now.
wise man.
You can stop at 21. But again, the point, like, how do we even find mercy from the Most High? You know, this is why our neighborhoods are destroyed. Like when COVID hit, it was like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? COVID hit, it ain't real, it ain't real. And then what happens to the Black and Hispanic neighborhood? Right?
Salaki.
Devastated.
Oh.
Go ahead. You got it.
No, I was just going to say they stopped dying.
Exactly. Like we can't find mercy, man. You know what I'm saying? We can't find mercy at all. And we think because, you know, we ain't been to church enough. We think because you ain't paid enough tithes at church or you ain't got a good job, or we think everything but what's in this book. You know what I'm saying? We don't understand how important keeping these laws are going to bring mercy and righteousness to our neighborhood. All right. Give me if you got any questions on that, I'll take your question. If not, give me James chapter 1, verse 22.
You said James, sir?
James chapter 1. Verse 22. Also, if you're just joining, make sure that y'all are, find the link for the attendance. Make sure you filling out the attendance. And also, it's only 2 likes on this video. Also, like the video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel and like the video. Go ahead when you get it.
This is the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 22. But be ye doers of the word.
Go ahead.
And not hearers only.
That's Black people right there. We go to camp, and what Black and Hispanic people doing when they walk by the camp? That same mentality that they get in church. Like you go to church and you learn nothing. You go to church and you sit in the seat, right, with your $1,000 suit that you purchased, right? That's probably your rent money, and you listen 24 hours. You just listening all day. Just listen. And you don't learn how to live according to the Most High at all. You don't learn. You don't learn how to live. You go there, you get entertained, and they motivate you to whatever you're doing in life, college, buy a house, living your best life. Whatever it is you're trying to do, get married, have a baby, whatever it is you're trying to do, that's what they're talking about. They motivating you. Most people in there trying to get rich. So they talking about what they call it, prosperity gospel. That's the only reason why they go into church. Because they trying to get rich. You know what I'm saying? They trying to get rich. So they go sit there and hopefully, they hear something that makes them rich. And it's absolutely disgusting because you go to the ghetto and it's a horrible place. Meanwhile, you the wealth in the ghetto. Like we are the wealth of the earth. We the wealth. You looking for wealth in the wrong spot. You looking to be, you going to church, supposed to be getting the law, statutes, and commandments that keep you from sinning against the Lord so that you can get the mercy, so that you can get, everything that the Most High promised us. Instead, you get a motivational speech on how to be the worst person on the face of the planet. You know what I'm saying? How to go and, be with a man that you probably shouldn't be with, that you don't want to be with, and then go have an abortion. That's what they teach you in the Christian church. And then justify it with what? With more brainwashing, right? Like they justify more brainwashing, and they teach you how to answer incorrectly in that it's my body, it's my body, it's my choice. You see what I'm saying? See how wicked and selfish you're taught in the Christian church? You go there and you're supposed to be learning about the Lord. However, you go and learn how to be the wickedest person on the planet. Is it more on that? Can you read?
Come on, sir. Deceiving your own selves.
Doing what?
Deceiving your own selves.
Right. This is why marching don't work. Like we march so much. You know, Black Lives Matter, a scam. Like we go out as Isupk. We told them that that was a scam. Did we not tell them that Black Lives Matter was a scam?
Come on, sir.
Did black people believe us? Why? They believe the Christian church. Christian church was on that thing like I don't know what. They believe the Christian church, and where they money at? They didn't went and bought a house, and they chilling. And now you ain't got no house. You know what I'm saying? You go and look at the homeless rate in black neighborhoods. We ain't got we on the streets. Meanwhile, they families got houses, and I think it was something where the brother got a house, and they spread the wealth. When that wealth should have went into the black and brown community, and it should have been spread, and people should have got their rent paid. That's what should have happened with that money. All right, is there more on that?
La, sir.
All right, no sweat. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 24. Also, if you're in the class, just joining in, make sure you sign in with the attendance sheet. Where you get credit. You see your name. If you're in the area, if you're in the Temple Bay area, we're here every Tuesday from 6 to 8. Seminole Heights Library. So 4711 Central Avenue, second floor, room 220. Every Tuesday, 6 to 8 p.m. All right. Also, like the video, share the video. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well. Again, that's Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 24.
Come. This the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6 and verse 24. And the Most High commanded us to do all these statutes, to fear the power of the Most High, for our good always.
Read that again.
Shalaki.
Go ahead, read that again.
Come. Verse 24. And the Most High commanded us to do all his statutes, these statutes, Shalaki.
No, just some. You sure it don't say some right there?
To do all these statutes.
All of these, okay. But they say the law done away with, right? Keep going.
To fear the power of the Most High, our power.
Right.
Shalaki.
You know what I'm saying? This is all through the scriptures, man. It's not that hard. You know what I'm saying? And this shows you the power of deception, like we just read. Deceiving people, man. Using all different types of vehicles to deceive people. Whether it's a movie, whether it's, college, whether it's the educational system, systemic racism, you name it, it's being used against our people to make us to believe something that we shouldn't believe. Is there more on that?
Come, sir.
Go ahead.
For our good always, that he might preserve us alive as it is at this day.
Like, again, like we just read in Ecclesiastes, the whole matter is to keep the law. Like, that gets rid of the black on black crime. Like, when we talk about the oppression that we get from the other nations, what's the first thing that they say? Right? Black on black crime, right? Well, let's eliminate both. Let's eliminate, the oppression from the oppressor and black on black crime. Now, what's the only book that gives a solution for that? You know what I'm saying? everything we being taught. Like Christianity doesn't end black on black crime. It don't end, the different forms of racism, mass incarceration, systemic racism, institutionalism. It don't end none of that. It encourages it. Why? Because they would rather us join people who don't like us. They would rather us join people who don't like us at all. And that's the problem. The problem is two manner of people, man. Two different nations of people. Right? One better than the other. And they feel that if they sing some, what is it? Kumbaya love song, come together, Hakuna Matata, that's going to stop the racism. Then they try to legislate the racism. You know what I'm saying? Without even dealing with the fact that the self-hate in our community, that self-hate just wasn't there. It just wasn't there. It just didn't happen. Somebody did something to us to make us look at ourselves and say, I don't like the way I look, and I don't like people that look like me. However, the Bible eliminates all of it. It makes us feel that it makes us feel good in our skin. And instead of serving and worshiping, another nation, the Lord get all the worship. The Most High get all the glory. Again, you kill two birds with one stone. You get rid of racism. You get rid of oppression and racism. And you get rid of the black on black crime and self-hate. You know what I'm saying? You get rid of all of this stuff if we just do what's written in the book as it's written. All right, is it more on that?
Law, sir.
Okay, give me let me see one minute. Give me go to Deuteronomy chapter 10, verse 12. Since we already in that chapter.
Verse 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 10 and verse 12.
Khan. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. And now, Israel, what doeth the Most High, thy God, thy power, require of thee?
Right. This is what you require. You know what I'm saying? If you go somewhere and they say we require cash, can you go in there with a credit card? Like you can't, if you go into a store and they say we only take cash, we don't take debit cards, we don't take checks, we don't take credit cards, we don't take Bitcoin, we don't take no cryptocurrencies. We only take one form of payment. You gonna go in there with the wrong forms of payment? You know what I'm saying? Why? This is what the Lord telling us. You're required to do this. This ain't no, I get a choice, my body, my choice. This ain't wait till the kingdom get here and then we can do this. Ain't none of that. This is what you're supposed to do. This is what you're supposed to be taught. Like you're not supposed to be 25 and 35 learning the law of the Lord. You should have learned this coming out the womb. You should have learned this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You should have learned your nationality in the beginning with the laws. That gets rid of the self-hate right there. You should they got pride. You should be proud that you're an Israelite. But nobody cares about our pride, right? They don't care about, the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian families. Who cares about that? They got all these different months, all of the wickedness to make it sound better. But good families, Black families ain't something that should be celebrated. Shouldn't that be a milestone after what happened to us? Native Indian families, shouldn't that be a milestone to be able to go into a neighborhood and a clean, prosperous neighborhood, right, of Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian families with commerce and everything that's needed and no racism and no self-hate? That should be the standard. You know what I'm saying? But in this kingdom, right, you talk different. You're not even like to even paint that in your mind is evil and wicked to this kingdom. To where our people don't even fathom that. You know what I'm saying? We can't even see our neighborhoods being, perfect neighborhoods. That's how bad the brainwashing is. It is so bad that we only like the good neighborhoods you see is the oppressor's neighborhood, right? You see the neighborhoods, and most of us, when you really look at the demographics, they ain't never been in no neighborhood like that. You've seen that neighborhood on TV. You know what I'm saying? What's some of them TV shows? Beverly Hills, 902, 90210,
Right.
Seinfeld. You've seen that on TV. That's how you found out a good neighborhood was. And it shouldn't be that way, right? You should be able to walk outside your house and see better than what they can create on a TV show. You know what I'm saying? But the brainwashing are telling us that that your history started on the slave boat, or that you was, eating, dead bodies or something, and Christopher Columbus or one of them Spaniards found you and gave you clothes. That's how they tell you your history. Your history started right there. Your history didn't start, according to this. They won't let you know that you're connected to the providence of the Most High. All right, drop that. Give me Deuteronomy. Oh, you just read Deuteronomy 10 verse 12.
It was more on that too.
Okay, my bad. Go ahead.
But to fear the Most High thy power, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Most High thy power, with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
Keep going.
Verse 13. To keep the commandments.
To do what?
To keep the commandments.
To keep the commandments. Like, it is so simple. There are parts in the Bible that you need a priest to understand it. Like, you need Commanding General Harden to break this down to you. You need General Muhammad to break this down for you. But then there are parts in the Bible where you could just read it. You know what I'm saying? Anybody with a decent education in grammar and English can read some of the stuff in this book. You know what I'm saying? Can understand basic things, right? So the question will be this: what's the problem? Like, why teaching Black people not to murder each other is such a horrible thing? You see what I'm saying? Why teaching us, a people who can't do anything for themselves, to just, okay, we ain't got no commerce in our community, at least don't kill each other. At least let's build families, right? Let's build an economical structure based off the pennies that we have. And let's fix up the hood. How do Black neighborhoods get fixed? Right. How do Black neighborhoods get fixed?
Shalaki.
Go ahead.
By taking the drugs out of our neighborhoods.
Okay, true.
By loving each other.
Okay, right. But who does? Is it us doing that? Is it us taking the drugs out of the neighborhood? Like, for example, I'll for time's sake, right? A Black neighborhood get fixed by gentrification. Like, if you in a so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian neighborhood, you don't get loans from the bank to fix your house. The only way we get loans is when the oppressor starts to move in. When the oppressor moves in, then the houses look better. Then the houses, they start to get paint jobs, and then you see the lawnmower crews show up. All of a sudden, the police show up a little bit more. Stuff started getting built police stations, ambulances, hospitals. Before, you see none of that. Before, it was a ran down neighborhood full of violence and people in despair, people on drugs, because they don't have the answer, and everything that you was taught doesn't do anything for your current situation. But meanwhile, the first oppressor comes into your community, all of a sudden, your neighborhood start looking like the movies. People walking their dog and people coming outside and it's clean, ain't no trash. The trash chute come out, fixing the roads. You know what I'm saying? That's how your neighborhood get fixed up, right? That's the typical neighborhood in the Black Hispanic community. Doesn't get fixed until gentrification comes. But why is there a Christian church on every corner? You know what I'm saying? Why is it these Muslim mosques all over the place? But yet, nobody teaching, okay, well, maybe we shouldn't sell drugs in this neighborhood. Maybe we shouldn't shoot each other up. You're supposed to get this in church on Sunday. You're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? Is there more on that?
Law, sir.
Okay. Give me
Oh, so lucky. It was a few more on that.
Go ahead.
Colonel Khan. 13. To keep the commandments of the Most High and his statutes, which I commanded thee this day for thy good.
For that what?
For thy good.
I thought it was bad. I thought if you was under the law, that's a horrible thing. If you under the law, they tell you that's
for thy good.
But see, the scripture says something else. Like the scripture tells you this is for your own good. This is for your own good, right? Is it more on that?
Law, sir.
All right. Go ahead, drop that. Give me let me see on that. Give me Psalms chapter. Hold on. Psalms chapter 111. Verse 10. Again, if y'all just getting into class, please go ahead and like the video. Also share the video and make sure you y'all sign in the attendance. You may have to scroll up a little bit. Make sure you get credit for class.
You said Psalms chapter
111, verse 10.
I ain't catch that because it's going in and out.
Okay. Oh, it's lucky. Psalms 111, chapter 10.
Psalms 1.
11, verse 10.
Colonel Khan. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 1 and verse 2.
Verse 10.
Verse 10, Salaki. You said 1 and verse 10?
Psalms 111, verse 10.
Let's see.
What's what?
Colonel Khan.
All right, go ahead.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 111, verse 10. The fear of the Most High is the beginning of wisdom.
Keep going.
A good understanding, having all day that do his commandments.
All right. You ain't got understanding. You know what I'm saying? If you in the world and you don't understand and you ain't keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, good luck. That's pretty much what that's saying. Like, good luck. If you think a house and a car are gonna make your life better, good luck. If you think becoming a rapper or a basketball player or NFL player or anything gonna make your life better, good luck. If you think getting rich is gonna make your life better, good luck. You know what I'm saying? This is something that you should have been taught already. You know what I'm saying? But they teach us prosperity gospel and get the money and, get rich and die trying, right? They teach us that before the Lord, which is so foolish because if you go in some of the resource-rich countries in the world, it's chaos. It's chaos for a reason. Like the Lord giving us his laws, we teach the other nations how to live. They don't know how to live. You know what I'm saying? They don't know how to show brotherhood. We follow after them, and now guess what? We ain't got no brotherhood either. We ain't got no sisterhood either. We don't have something that helps you, when disagreement comes, right? Of course, when disagreement comes, it has to be, in any case, a certain judgment that has to be made on who right, who wrong. You want to try to live without that? You want to try to live without righteous leaders? That's what you told in America. You told in America that you could live without a righteous leader. Like, we don't get it yet. You know what I'm saying? You go out there and you vote for a wicked man, and then wonder why your neighborhood is in disaster. Matter of fact, you go out there and vote for a nation that ain't even your nation, and on top of that, they wicked. And then you gonna get mad because gas prices are $7 an hour? Somebody's responsible for that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody is responsible for the way we think in the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian community. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's responsible for that. Is there more on that?
No, sir.
All right. If you got any questions, go ahead. Anybody in the chat, go ahead and put your questions in the chat. Also, grab. Hold on a second. Give me Psalms 119 and 96. Psalms 119 and 96. And again, like, most of our problems is because we don't have that brotherhood, because we don't have that law. Like David said, like, he meditate on the law of the Most High, right? If every Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian meditated on the law of the Lord, you will go in the ghetto, man, and it'll be an amazing place in no time with no government funding. Like, a lot of people think that we need $5 to fix the ghetto. With no government funding, if Black people kept these laws the way it's written, we would need we would need, the oppressor dollars to fix the ghetto. You know how I know? How do you know we don't need their money?
Right.
Even without the laws, we did it. Black Wall Street and the 100 communities that were spread out in the South that they destroyed. Now, we weren't even in the truth at that time. And we did it at that point. Go ahead, you got it.
So, like, sir, if I may.
Go ahead.
Also, to add to that, if we start celebrating these holidays that we spending all our money on, going broke, we can use that money to build up our nation again.
Right. Exactly. That's the whole point. How much we spend on Christmas, how many hours we work, how much we spend on Mother's Day. You know what I'm saying? You go down the list, 4th of July. If that money was re-put into the Black community, like I said, we wouldn't need any funding from them. Now, I'm not saying that, they don't have, a debt to us. Of course, the Lord gonna deal with that. But our leaders say this: we need to have a bill to give us some money so that we can fix the community. Meanwhile, the people that you're trying to get the money for think just like the oppressor. Think just like the oppressor. The problem ain't the money per se. The problem is fixing the minds of our people, man. What's the point of you giving you money and you're gonna take it right back to the same people you got it from? How does that solve anything? How does that solve anything? That don't solve anything at all. But if I teach you brotherhood, if I teach you the laws of the Lord, I don't know why this dark, y'all. So it's like, if I teach you the laws of the Most High, and then I give you the money, then guess what? You start going and doing business with your own people. You start saying, you know what? I don't want to do weed. I ain't gonna spend my money on no weed. I'm gonna go spend my money over here. I'm gonna go and invest in my own people. I'm gonna go invest and do this or that. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem, man. Go ahead. You got the verse. It's lucky.
Sir. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 96. I have seen an end of all perfection, but thy commandments is exceedingly broad.
Keep going.
Verse 97.
Listen.
That was short.
Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 97. Oh how love I thee law. Salaki. Oh how love I thee law. It is my meditation all the day.
Like I was just saying earlier, like this is the meditation of, the fathers of Israel. This is how they got great. You reading the Bible talking about you want to be great, and you following Martin Luther King, who followed some East Indian. Instead of following King David, instead of following Moses, who did they follow? If you want to be great, then you follow people who were already great. That's the whole point of when the scripture's referring to your forefathers, like your fathers did this. You're supposed to be doing what they did. You know what I'm saying? We're not supposed to be kumbaya, join everybody. That's not a part of the program. You know what I'm saying? That's not a part of the program at all. We should follow David. We should follow Yahushua. We should follow, the 12. You know what I'm saying? That's what we should follow. Because that's what they left it in the book for. Okay, is it more on
that? Sir.
Okay, give me Matthew chapter 5, verse 6. Again, if you got any questions, you can also put them in the chat. Remember to like the video, share the video. If you're in the Tampa Bay area, we're at 4711 Central Avenue, second floor, which is a Seminole Heights Library, between 6 and 8 p.m. All right.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 6. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness.
After what?
For they after righteousness.
How you gonna have righteousness without a law? You know what I'm saying? You see how what they got us thinking is it's embarrassing the way we think and who we're following. Right? Keep going. My bad. Block
it. For they shall be filled.
Keep going.
Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy.
Right. Like the whole point of the Lord separating us in the beginning, you know what I'm saying, is so that we don't get tainted. That's why it's a law not to deal with them in certain fashions. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's a law that says don't worship their gods. Worship only the Most High. That's why it's a law that says don't worship their holidays, because that's the first thing you're gonna do. I kind of look at it like this, right? You see two kids, they start playing each other, right? And then one kid has a toy that the other kid don't have. what usually happens? One kid, he got a remote control car with, you know, everything hooked up on it. The other kid just got a regular little car. What happens? The one kid who don't got the remote control car, you looking at his car like, I don't want this. I want to play with your car. Right? Now he didn't forgot everything that he didn't came from because of something he seen. You see what I'm saying? The brainwashing in America is so it's amazing, man. It's amazing. And this is what we do. You know, this is what we do, right? We go and give the sister a hand. They fight. Like, yeah, they will start fighting. And we fighting the so-called white man over the illusion of having peace and liberty. The illusion of having a better neighborhood. The illusion of being safe. Because that's what you get in America. You get an illusion. You know what I'm saying? You get money, you move into the east side of town, and you the first Negro to get jacked up. You the Negro on the news. You know what I'm saying? The illusion of
right.
you know what they teach our sisters, sexual liberation. That's the new term, right? The illusion of freedom. But then guess what? They didn't tell the sister after hot girl summer, the mental illness that she's gonna have. That, you know, all the future relationships that she's gonna get into, that the brother not gonna want to deal with her. She ain't gonna want to be, you know, in her right manner. The you know, her not loving herself, her not caring for herself. They don't tell you that part. You know, they don't tell you once you go down there and you had that abortion that every night and every time you see a baby, you know, you thinking about what you did. The illusion of freedom. The illusion of something that it's not really there, but they make you think it's there. They make you think that, yeah, you go do that, it's gonna be great. You know what I'm saying? They do that, right? I don't know why this is dark, y'all. Salakia. Ain't no light in here, but forgive me. They go and they tell you that, you know, there's like you go to a restaurant and they say, oh yeah, you see the commercial on TV. But when you get in that restaurant, their hamburger don't look nothing like what you saw on TV. That's black people, man. That's black people in the ghetto, in the hoods, Hispanic people. They sell us a dream through the media, but when you in that position, it ain't the same. It ain't the same at all, man. What you should be doing is just following who was great in history. Who was great in history? You know what I'm saying? Who is the people that everybody want to be in history in this book that we call the Bible? Let's follow them for a change. Exactly. Let's do that. If we do that, then I know that the Lord not lying. I know the Most High not gonna lie. I know that the Lord gonna keep it. Apparently, He gonna keep His side of the deal, right? The problem is with us. Like, we got to keep our side of the deal, and you do that right by following the laws and the statutes and commandments, and stop following men who have no desire to live upright. Like, the leaders we go to don't care about living a good life. They care about themselves. They care about their own lust. Whether you in the Christian church or whether your local official, they only care about what they can get from you. Right? Well, we got a book right here that tells us, hey, we know how to pick a leader, and we know what a leader should do. You know what I'm saying? We know the sacrifices that a leader should take. You know what I'm saying? We learned that through all the prophets in the Bible. Not only, the King himself, Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? What better example can you have? You know what I'm saying? That's the example that we should be looking for. And that's the example that we should practice every day in every ghetto, in every barrio, on every reservation. All right, is there more on that?
Right. No, sir.
All right.
Unless you just want me to keep going.
Yeah, keep going.
It's all the blessings.
Okay, drop that. Give me Romans chapter 7. No, actually, we short on time. Give me Acts chapter 24, verse 14.
The verse.
Oh my bad. Acts chapter 24, verse 14.
Said verse
24.
14.
Verse 14. Come
On, sir. This is the book of Acts, chapter 24 and verse 14. But this I confess unto thee, that after the way which they call Hari, what is Heresy? Heresy? Heresy?
Is it hearsay?
Heresy?
Hearsay?
Khan.
Heresy.
Heresy. Okay. But this I confess unto thee, that after the way which they call heresy, so worship I the Most High of my fathers, the power of my fathers, believing all things which are written in the law.
Right.
And
the God of my fathers. That's what it's talking about. You want a role model. Don't let it be Michael Jordan and T.D. Jakes. Let it be somebody who actually did something for Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's a role model. You know what I'm saying? Don't let it be what's some of them rappers' name? The Baby and Future, and don't let your daughter, Cardi B and these people who do nothing for us. They only distract us from real prize, right? They distract us from the real prize. In this kingdom, we make them rich with that mentality. But it should be the other way around, where every Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, right, can live in a peaceful neighborhood. That's the goal. That should be the goal. You know what I'm saying? Is it more on that?
La, sir. And in the prophecy and in the prophets.
In the prophets, right. That's your role. That should be your role model. The first role model that your daughter and your son should see is Moses and the prophets. You know what I'm saying? Not rappers and, they say they really, to me, they sex workers. Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion, they really sex workers. That's what they rap. That's what they really is. You know what I'm saying? And they push that on your daughter, and she think that in order to get attention, she got to go take her clothes off in front of everybody. Right? Don't go and show the Baby and all of these different rappers, that's your children role model, and they think he's supposed to take a woman, lay with her, and throw her away because he got to be cool, right? Like, he ain't cool unless he take a woman, lay with her, and then throw her away. You know what I'm saying? That's what we got to get rid of. That whole mentality, you know what I'm saying, of destroying our own people. And then to make it bad is we make it a culture. We make it a culture to destroy your people. And we making a living. It's people that are making a living out of it, right? Which means it ain't something that's one isolated event. My bad, y'all. I don't know why this is getting dark like this. Hold on a second. It ain't one event that happens. This is something that's just being passed down over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. All right. So with that, you got any other questions? We probably got like 3 more minutes or a few more minutes.
La, sir.
You want to go through the breakdown that you had, law done away with? Again, well, I could do a few more on those. Give me a second. Give me real quick, give me Exodus chapter 20 and verse 6.
Exodus.
Chapter 20, verse
Khan
6.
Khan. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 6. And showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me.
Right, that's how you get
and
mercy.
keep my
Right. My bad. Go ahead. Keep going. My bad.
Oh, okay. And keep my commandments.
And keep you like that's how you get mercy from the Most High, man. Like now you starting to see that Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians, we doing it all wrong. We doing it all wrong. The whole thing, man. That's why the ISPK is so important. That's why it's so important to listen to the men who would rather give up the whole earth for the sake of our own people. That's important. Because you right now, you going over and you voting for a person that can care less about the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian community. They just want your vote and your approval so that the kingdom that's going on can continue going on in different fashions. Like right now, they're getting ready for the metaverse. You know what I'm saying? They like forget this, this real life. We want your brain in the phone, your eyes in the phone. We want you in the metaverse now. Now you know what's going to be going on in the metaverse. Good night. Like whatever you can't imagine, it's going to happen in the metaverse. You know what I'm saying? And they don't even need your help. They don't need you. They don't need your consent no more. They just going, if you don't want to do it, no sweat. You know what I'm saying? They just, once they get you believing in that metaverse, it's over. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Is it more on that?
No, sir.
Okay. So again, you want mercy, keep the law. You want mercy in the Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian community, keep the law. You know what I'm saying? You want to see a better neighborhood, a better place, a better planet. You Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, you accept your nationality. Of course, get in class, because you don't know what you're talking about. Your church don't know what you're talking about. You be quiet. Your Israelite group, they don't know what they're talking about. You come here, you get with some men that understand what this book is about and who are charged by the Lord to break these scriptures down and free Black people, man. Free your mind. You know what I'm saying? So with that, if you don't have any other questions, because we're right up here on the time. Anybody in the chat have any quick questions? I got like 2 more minutes. You got your announcements with you out?
Khan, sir.
All right, so with that, I'm pass the class over to Priest and Officer Malazar.
ISUPK security announcement. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to learn and shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, they are to seek counsel from the heads. Tithes, which is the commandment, Numbers 18, verse 21, and Malachi 3, verse 8 through 10, means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, given to General Mayat or a teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatever amount you would like, upholding convocation. It's the first fruit, that is June the 12th.
That's right.
Khan. If anyone wants to become a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headbands, and scarves. And with that, salute out.
Yep.
I said, Amijum means to stand. We're going to set up a courtesy salute to the teacher. Men of Israel, Amijum. Amijum Shabbat. Amijum. Barak. Yahweh Bashir, Yahweh Shabrakatah.
Yahweh Bashir, Yahweh Shabrakatah.
Maya Matah. Class dismissed.
All right, y'all, we'll get up with y'all again. Real quick, for those who listening in the area, 4711 Central Avenue. When you come up to the second floor, let the, give me a second. When you come up to the second floor, you go to the front, they'll direct you to the room we'll be in. 9 times out of 10, it'll be room 220. Remember to like the video, share the video. If you haven't subscribed to ISP ISP Florida, go ahead and subscribe. All right, with that, we're going to go ahead and close the class. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Shalom, Lord of Christ.